So, as in part one, I was mentioning, they are attacking my mind in this fashion, and they try to put things together and falsify it, and it gets as basic, as sad as to try to convince me that just part of their research and the evidence has been so overwhelming. They have so much of it. Sansa from season 1, you see how you looked at it and they changed it. The way they want to to manipulate me, that they make me perceive kids today. But some of these perps, they know how retarded this thing sounds like, right? And excuse my language for using the word retarded, but they truly they know this is moronic, and they're like, oh, you're gonna laugh, they're gonna laugh with you when they torture you. Yeah, they're gonna laugh with you. Yeah, because this evidence is obviously comical with a bunch of retards. And they have children telling me they're gonna pretend to get raped, and they're like, yeah, we proved it. Game of Thrones season 1, Sansa. Fucking, you gotta be strong. These clowns are falsifying memories, but this is what validates these clowns. And I picked specific picture because, like, if I don't look, like, they have ways of making me perceive things. So for example, right now, this angle, I can clearly see how much of a child she is. But when I take a picture of one of the pictures, and they try to they try to make me see her in a way that's more adult-like, sexual, something like that. So my brain is so compromised and manipulated. And then these clowns want you to think that you're now being manipulated, and they truly stay in character, by the way. It's like, yeah, yeah, that's proof. And then when they notice that you're obviously not identifying with this, I'll never identify with this trash. Now this trash want to be fanatical to try to gaslight me. I'm like, okay, well, you're welcome to do that. Matter of fact, you should come and say, we proved that Sansa season 1. Sansa Stark from Game of Thrones. And go ahead, see how it goes. Some of these clowns come and it's like, yeah, we actually won. We won. Yeah, we won. We're winners. Talk to me, Joe. When I say I'm thankful that I never had to be a clown like this trash. I'm thankful. This trash. Listen, me being a clown to me, it's me trying to make people laugh. These clowns are literally want to be taken serious. This fucking coward lowlife. Do you see? To see them in person, in their glory of stupidity, is something else. Especially when they're not childlike. When they're supposed to be this menacing, fierce fan that you look at them, it's like, you're a fucking clown. How the fuck can you even do that to yourself? Do you think I'm gonna let you? What torture is gonna make me think you retard shit? And then you have actual children thinking that this makes sense, and they can be acting like they're getting raped, and they can stay in character. Some of them try to talk innocently. It's like, yeah, we're gonna pay. Especially, like, I'm watching this show, right? I'm watching this snippet on YouTube, and I forgot how young. Like I said, she was really young. She's like a teenage kid. But how innocent she is in this. And she's just like, yes, my crazy heart. And she doesn't turn, like, she turns into like a woman, become like a queen, fierce queen or something. And I'm forgetting that she sounded like that in the first season. Now these clowns are just like, yeah, you hate me. I'm hearing these perps interacting with me via V2K. And I detest when I hear this little shit talking in this face. Because they want to get me to see them as just like this innocent people. They're children, but they're trash. And they know what they're part of. But the fact that they know how to speak in that way is an indication that they know what they're really part of. That they want to pacify me by sounding innocent. There's not going to happen. You come, you present yourself, tell me that you're going to frame me, having children being there, act like they got raped, and then make him tell me that you're just doing your research and then bringing up this evidence inclusive of this Game of Thrones season 1 of Sansa. You see how it goes. Taking it just stay strong. I rather burn in hell than let them live their fantasy. This coward trash actually working for top tier pedophiles. Convincing the name of a pedophile like Roy Moore. Have children pretend they get raped. Them wanting me to identify. Actually, as I was going through some of the pictures, there's like the babies, like 14-year-old little baby, little children. The kids, the children. That they stimulate me. Matter of fact, right now it's like, oh, but how old is Sansa there? She looks like she's like a teenage kid. But there's some even younger than her that is stimulating me. 18 barely picture. And try to make me subscribe. Like, yeah, no, but see, because the Sansa, she was that age or that was like, stupidity. And you know what is the victories in their mind? It's how they can rewire my thought process to go there. It's gonna go there however they want. Listen, I don't even try to combat this manipulation. You can't do anything about how they manipulate your brain. You just gotta accept that you're no longer gonna be yourself. They try to even make it look like I have a chance to stop these ways of thinking. There's no battles that's happening in my brain. It's them in my brain manipulating me. And how retarded it goes is gonna be retarded. Not too long ago, I was going through my pictures in my phone. You've seen thousands of my videos here. What do? They do this again, they do this again, this again, this again. I go through the pictures of the things that I screenshot because they manipulate me this way. They're like, yeah, you watch that because this is like your sexual content that you're doing it for the purpose of pleasing yourself. Like, and really try to make me subscribe. They tell me they're gonna implant child porn, by the way. The picture I see here are the picture of the things they manipulate me from, even the Game of Thrones, Sansa season 1 to a Ned there, to a family together, anything that they manipulate me. And they say it's not fair to go and plant children getting raped in my phone. It's targeting me just as strong as this low life where they are. Do not subscribe to these things. In my brain, they're having a mental battle because there is a family of this podcaster called Terry. He has like a young girl who's like maybe 14, 13 years old. Baby. Stimulate me. And like, no, but Sansa in this here, she's like 14, 15. She look more like a 16-year-old kid in this. But it's like, you see how you look at it? So it basically is matched it. We match it. That's 14. It's stupid. And they're like, yeah, we got you. And the truth is, they just got my brain to think this way. It's so retarded. And they really want you to identify with this. And then they change this. Oh, anyway, it's like, yeah, change the subject. You're deflecting because you know how fucking retarded this thing is. And I'm not even going to go into this other thing they're talking about. I'm focusing on that because it's part of brainwashing. They deflect every time you see things for what they are. Because they have rewiring and attacking your mind in these ways to make you see children from all the youngest, the babies, to all the teenage kids. Now, obviously, the younger, the more manipulative they are, and the more extreme it is, the older now they start looking more like adults, so they can just make you start perceiving these babies like this. No, this older kids like adults. And that's what they're doing with her. They try to kind of play with me to kind of see her like, but she looks so like innocent and childlike. It's crazy. But then they try to go back, but she's about the same age of that little girl who looked really like a baby teenage, barely a teenager, like 13, 14, like really. And then like, yeah, but so that's true then too. It was like, and then every time they want you to think this way, they start bringing up the torture. You're going to be raped, you're going to be tortured. You see the tactics? To make you accepting of these manipulations. They always bring up tortures and horror to box in these things. And they're going through that little cycle of things of doing the same thing. Target me, just stay strong. I do not identify with this.